Okay, everyone, welcome back. 15th episode, Puddle of Grunge podcast. We got kind of a special one for you guys today. I know we say that like every episode, but I feel like every episode is a special episode.
It's special to us.
Special to us, you know. So today we're gonna be taking a look. We're gonna be doing another album versus for the two 1991 classics, some of the biggest albums of the year, 10 versus Nevermind. So we got some more stipulations. Colby, you want to get into that?
Yeah, so, Ryan is kind of more of a fan of 10 in this regard. And I kind of have like a tossed up, I don't know which one is better, but what we're going to do with this episode is we're going to have Ryan argue actually for Nevermind, while I have to argue for 10. Because we both think both of these albums are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Some of the greatest ever, basically. But we're both going to have to argue our different sides from what we'd normally argue. Because, 10 really started me out on grunge.
And Nevermind started everybody out on grunge, practically.
Yeah, so I think it'll just be fun to kind of go through. We're going to go through track by track. So Nevermind is 13 songs and 10 is 11 songs. So the last two songs that are on Nevermind, we're going to take the demos of State of Love and Trust and Breath and a Scream and put those at the end to compare to the last two tracks on Nevermind, so it'll be even.
Again, it will never be completely equal. Just because, bass albums, it's 11 and 13. But we think that's probably the best compromise in this regard.
Yeah, because, those are like unreleased demos, and they were recorded, like, with the songs on 10. So, yeah, we're just going to do it that way. But, yeah, I think we should just get right into it. The first song on Nevermind is Smells Like Teen Spirit.
And the first song on 10 is Once.
So, you could say it's not really a fair fight, but Once is a great song. I just think Smells Like Teen Spirit has been an anthem for 30 years.
Ever since it was released.
It's still an anthem. Still hear it all the time.
Yeah, I would probably say it is the most famous grunge song.
Oh yeah,
of all time.
Yeah.
It's probably got over 1 billion views on Spotify.
That's also a reason we chose to do these two albums, because they're, I think, the two most commercially successful from the grunge era. These two bands.
Yes.
So that's why we chose to do these two. Is kind of the battle of the titans. In this regard. So, yeah. But Smells Like Teen Spirit, man. There's just so many elements to it. You have to love.
It's just iconic part after iconic part.
Every part is memorable in that song. From Dave's just the huge flams that he hits on the. It's just iconic for a reason. And then obviously the intro. You don't even. So much has been said about the intro. It's been analyzed so many thousands of times. It's just.
I remember I said it
makes perfect sense.
I said it in an earlier video, but thank you, Gap Band.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where.
Exactly. If you've never seen the interview, is it with Pharrell Williams?
It's with Pharrell, yeah.
Yeah. He talks about how he got a lot of the drumming style off of Nevermind from like early Gap Band.
And Tony Thompson.
Yeah. So, shout out Dave Grohl for the phenomenal drumming on this. And then Chris Space Tone, just to introduce us.
Just roomy.
Nasty.
Roomy.
It's just huge.
A little drive, just a little bit. Maybe some comp.
6'7" man with a massive bass tone, just insane.
About by his knees.
Yeah, bass is down at his knees, which you're 6'7", you probably got 5-foot arms, so. Yeah, it Smells Like Teen Spirit, just iconic. You can't really go wrong with it. I think it's like the first song on most grunge playlists. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But then you got Once, which is just such a solid opening track for 10. Like, this one is probably the hardest one. In the way that just like Smells Like Teen Spirit probably thinks it should have the win. Just for the pure impact that it had.
Yeah.
and what it opened the world to.
It's just been 30 years of angst since that has released.
Yeah, we both kind of have a soft spot for Once, though.
Yeah.
Because it's, like I said, it's such a solid track.
Like, I just love how Once starts the continuity of the album with the drums, because it ends with those drums as well. I think it starts off perfectly quiet and then goes straight into Pearl Jam. First listens of Pearl Jam, and that's what you hear.
Oh my, this is a tough one. But you think we're ready to?
Yeah, I'd say It Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean,
yeah,
it's an anthem. It's an anthem. I mean, you ask any person if they know that song, and they're probably gonna say yes.
Yeah,
They probably will say yes. I know this song. It's just been an iconic representation of the grunge movement for the past 30 years, and it probably remained that way for as long as it's available. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, but as much as I really love Once, it's got to go to Smells Like Teen Spirit on this one.
Yeah.
So 1 point, Nevermind.
Yeah. Shout out Nevermind. And we gotta talk about the solo on this one as well.
It's the melody.
It's just the melody, and Kurt is so great at just following the melody so perfectly throughout the entire album, throughout their entire discography. He's just a master at that. So, yeah. Also, that adds on to Smells Like Teen Spirit. So 1 point to Nevermind. What is the next song, Colby?
So, number 2, I also just got to look it up. Okay, number 2 on 10 is Even Flow.
Number 2 on Nevermind is In Bloom. That is, I can tell you one thing. Nirvana did not record In Bloom 100 times. They did not take 100 takes of it. So, that counts for something, I'd say.
Yeah, it was already kind of perfected. In Bloom, it's probably the first Nirvana song I actually ever heard.
Yeah.
I think, even though I just said in the intro that Smells Like Teen Spirit probably introduced us all. I mean, I think In Bloom is probably just on one of my CDs as a kid, because I remember hearing it all the time.
Oh, yeah,
Always
dude.
loved it.
Just, man, once again, the introduction to Dave Grohl for this album, you fall in love in this breakdown that he has. Just it's huge. It's so massive. I don't know what kind of like effects they're using on the kit or whatever. Probably just a little bit of reverb or room reverb
I think
or
so,
something.
yeah.
But it's insane. And then also to add on, his high harmonies in the chorus, amazing. Doing a very high harmony, which Dave Grohl can hit those high notes. If you've never heard him, but this song is just once again anthemic. I'd say
It's absolutely
huge.
an anthem.
And when they played at Reading, doing a half step down, it sounds even more badass. Just this one's called In Bloom.
It's called In Bloom.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and it's got a super interesting Kurt solo in it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's very avant-garde. Very.
Yeah, a lot of weird bends and
Very weird bends, like double stop bends and stuff. So interesting. The way that he crafted the songs. Just very interesting in his approach to it. And then the lyricism in this one. Weather changes moods, bruises on the fruit. Just random metaphors for, I'm sure, certain things.
Sell the kids for food.
Spring is here again. Reproductive glands. Like, just a genius writer. I know he was very obsessed with, like, the human body as well.
Well, that came through in Utero as well.
Yeah. So, kind of honing to that with, like, the reproductive glands, stuff like that. There's a lot of homage to that, I feel. but just Kurt is, man. But even flow, man. Get into it.
Again, it's one of the most iconic songs of the grunge movement.
Yeah, 100%.
Recently made even more popular by a meme now.
Jesus.
But this song was on Guitar Hero. I played Guitar Hero all the time. I heard Even Flow thousands of times, probably.
Probably more times than the band has actually played it.
In all honesty, like I don't even listen to Even Flow ever because I have heard it so much. But that does not stop, because I still absolutely love this song. I love it's in drop D, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, I feel like it has to be. That's I like how that's the example that I give.
I was gonna talk about the slide
because I think it's drop D.
I want to say it's in standard.
Oh, you're looking it up on Ultimate Guitar tabs.
Yeah, because it tells you the tuning right there. No. Oh, wait.
That fad.
No. The lead guitar's in.
Well, of course the lead guitar's in, but it's in key of D. Yeah. Check out Stone.
Yeah, Stones is in Dad Fad. That's weird. That is weird. Did not know that.
But
that's weird.
I just feel like
that's very interesting. Did not know that.
It's a little droning, but
yeah,
like the rhythm guitar part is.
Man, Pearl Jam mixes up their tunings a lot. You just don't even realize it. But even flow. Back at it. The drums. I think you got to talk about Dave Cruz in a little bit.
It's the Clash of the Daves here on the drums.
Yeah, Clash of Daves. There's a lot of Daves in the grunge era. I feel like very common name.
Abruzzese, Cruz, and Grohl.
Yeah.
There's probably another one.
Probably another one, but yeah, even flow, man. Drumming, bass. Just beginning with that slide is so sick as well. They love that pentatonic scale right there in the middle of the fretboard. I think it's the A minor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they love that. They love that scale right there.
Reason.
Resident on a pillow made of concrete.
I mean, both of these songs are so iconic.
Yeah. And just like these albums. I mean, these albums are iconic. It's gonna be very hard to pin these two.
Yeah, this one, I love the solo by Mike on this song too.
The two solos by Mike.
Oh, there's two. Yeah,
there's two. It's they're phenomenal. His wahs.
I love his wah at the end of the song. That you know when he does that. I mean, both of these songs are just tens. They're both tens.
They are. No denying it, really.
Gosh. Well, we should probably give our... I'm probably gonna... Oh, this is so hard, dude. This is hard, guys. I'm gonna go In Bloom. In Bloom.
I was gonna go In Bloom as well, just because it's so fun to play as well. Like, playing it, when you have like a bass player, guitar player, if you have a drummer as well, it is so fun. The energy that just radiates off that song is insane. You ever get the chance to play it with people, all my guitar players, drummers, bassists, lead singers, whatever. If you get the chance to play it with people, just the energy is phenomenal. Really just brings the fucking house down.
Was that you talking about In Bloom or?
In Bloom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, In Bloom. Yeah, I'm choosing In Bloom as well. It's also because, I mean, I've heard Even Flow so many times, and while 10 is one of my favorite albums, Even Flow is not my favorite track off of 10. So, yeah, I'm going In Bloom.
2 for 2. 2 for 2
for
Nevermind
2.
Right now.
Tit for tat on Nevermind. All right. So, the next song off of Nevermind is Come As You Are.
Next track on 10 is Alive.
Oh, dude. Man, okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll let you go first. You go first.
Talking about Alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, man, I love Alive. It is probably my personal, well, I would say my second favorite Pearl Jam song.
His daughter, number one.
I think so. I think Daughter is
Love
my
that
number
song.
one. Iconic riff.
Very iconic.
Just, it's a masterclass from every band member. Because Alive, it's got I think it's got fretless on it too.
Yeah.
I think, or I may be thinking of Black
Yeah, Black is
with
a fretless.
that intro.
Yeah.
But I think it could be fretless. Jeff Ament is a very
multifaceted bass player.
Interesting bass
Yeah.
player. He does, not I don't think too many different tunings, but like using the fretless.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On
I mean, he uses stand-up bass a lot.
yes, for some of their later stuff.
I know that they just recently did. I want to say they did Daughter on the Stern Show, and he's using a stand-up. I think he used a stand-up for Daughter.
That's awesome.
Every time they do it. So, but yeah.
Alive's got one of my favorite Mike McCready solos. It's so
tasteful.
It's so driving. It's tasteful. And then I have to shout out Dave Cruzen for giving one of my favorite drum performances of the '90s, and maybe even just in music in general.
Yeah.
There's something about his ending part of Alive when he's just doing like a normal beat, and then he has this like fill where he just goes across the toms. Then it's just hitting it every.
It's so sick.
Every
quarter.
I don't know if it's every beat. Yeah, every beat.
Yeah.
But we call it the
douche, douche, douche. Oh, it's so sick.
It's that song gets me like amped up every time I hear it.
And then
one of two songs I've turned up all the way in my car.
And then obviously hearing Dave Abruzzese playing it, just he kills that song. You feel bad for the kid after he's done playing that
for the
song.
Skins.
Yes, you feel bad for him. Like, just Alive is. I gotta shout out my dad on this one because he is an original Alive fanboy. This is his favorite Pearl Jam song, so shout out my dad on that. But yeah, Alive is phenomenal. But Come As You Are, I mean, once again another iconic riff. That chorus has become so synonymous with Kurt Cobain just in general, and on that riff it's so evident. So riff is sick, and then it's more of a relaxed song compared to the last two that you get. It kind of has very slow build up, I feel like, and then the chorus doesn't get as loud as you'd expect it to,
No.
But his lyrics are so deep and introspective on this one. I think that that kind of makes up for it in general. And then, I don't know if you've ever tried to learn this one on bass, but I love Chris's bass part on this. It's just deep.
Yeah, it's a little moving.
Yeah.
It's kind of wheeze from what I remember. Like some of these tracks, it's just like ones that I don't listen to a ton.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I like to listen to the live albums of bands from this era. So, but Come As You Are, so iconic still.
Yo, yeah.
Like, they have three,
they have
stand
three
against the
songs,
test of time.
They have three songs that every band wishes that it could just be their three biggest songs ever, and that's like the three first songs off their second album,
including one to be one of the biggest songs of all time.
Yeah,
Spirit.
Exactly. Just, oh my God, man, the musical prowess that Nirvana had was just.
It's all in their melody, man.
Yeah,
their Kurt's melodies are just great.
Knew how to write.
Yeah, I love Come As You Are though. Still,
yeah,
it's such a great track.
But I gotta give it to Alive on this. I gotta give it to Alive.
I kind of already had my mind made up on this one.
Yeah,
but I love Come As You Are just the same, but Alive for me. So 2-1.
2-1.
Nevermind now.
Okay, so the next song off of Nevermind is Breed.
Next song off of 10 is Why Go.
I feel like this is a pretty even matchup.
I think
feel
so.
like this
They're
is a pretty
both
even
kinda,
matchup.
They're both
Kinda-
drivers.
Yeah, but both more of album songs.
I think Breed was a single.
Yeah. What was it?
I think Breed was
Was it actually?
I think it might have been their lead single.
Let's check this
Let's check
out.
it. I could be very wrong, but I feel as though. Oh, it Smells Like Teen Spirit, but was it one?
No.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay, never mind.
The four like biggest ones were there. Singles.
Okay. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I will admit.
But just iconic chorus on this one too. We could plant a house, we could build a tree.
I don't mean to stare. We don't have to breed.
I mean, come on, Kurt.
She said.
I mean, there's just such a dark humor to his writing as well. You just love it. You just grow to love it.
Yeah. Somebody said like, what's greater than somebody bending a power chord?
Nothing.
And Chris just gets into such a great groove on this song too.
Let's just talk about Dave's drumming as well. Just an absolute powerhouse. That snare roll that he's doing in the beginning. I don't know how many bars he's doing that for, but it's very intense. Very intense. And then I think he's doing 16th notes the entire time on the hi-hat, which he's doing for a lot of this album. But with his intensity, I can't. Oh, dude, that gets the heart pumping.
He has so much
real.
intent behind every hit.
Yeah, there's so much there's a driving force behind every hit. It feels like every single hit has a meaning.
Yeah, and like I remember I saw at the 91 Paramount show when he was doing Breed at the start of it. It's like he was like Triple H and he just like spat water everywhere. Just like, Breed. That's another song I've known for so long for some reason.
Yeah.
It's so great. Love Breed. But then he got Why Go
Yeah.
on the 10 side. It's
Why go home, bro?
It's a little stuttered a little bit. Why Go?
Yeah.
Because the verses or the choruses are loud, and then the verses are a little stop go. Like,
yeah.
It's quiet.
It kind of follows the same vocal pattern as Even Flow, I feel like. She scratches a little, freezing.
Yeah,
like
a little
just
bit.
a little bit of pause
Long
in there.
shorts.
Yeah. But this one's telling more of a story about a different character throughout the album. I feel like there's a lot of different storytelling moments on this album. This one's a great example of that. Isn't it about a lady trapped in a hospital or something?
I've never actually heard the story behind this song.
If you listen to lyrics, she scratches a letter into a wall made of stone. Maybe someday
Oh,
another child won't be as alone as she was. It's been 10 years and counting since they put her in this place. She's been diagnosed by some stupid fuck.
why go home?
Yeah, just something.
Wow.
Eddie's writing.
His writing is very personal. On
It's
this
very
song.
visual.
On this
very
album.
visual.
Like, I mean, most of the songs I think are about his dad.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them are about his dad, especially Alive and Release.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely about his father.
Mm-hmm.
And just the depth when we kind of get it like a look into exactly what they're feeling at that moment.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And
Yeah, it really is.
I love descriptive lyrics, and I love lyrics with metaphors inside that make you really think.
And this song, you can just picture this entire song going on in your head. You can picture this entire scene going on in your head. Yeah, Eddie's a very vocal lyricist. You get that in songs like Elderly Woman, Daughter even. He just knows how to paint a picture in your mind of a certain scene and does it so well. This song is no exception. So, Colby, what are you choosing?
Man, this is really hard.
This one is hard.
I've always loved Breed. I'm gonna have to go Breed. I'm defending 10 on this one, but I gotta go with Breed.
I'm gonna go Why Go.
Okay, so
Yeah. I've always loved the solo to Why Go as well. It's very driving once again. It really reminds me of the Even Flow solo. I feel like also involves with the continuity of this album is just the guitar rawness from Mike, just the raw playing that he just shows in this is outstanding. And, Wygo is no exception. So, yeah, I'm choosing Wygo.
Wygo does have a great solo in it.
Yeah. Phenomenal solo.
But, yeah, I forget, what do we do if we don't...
It's a tie.
We don't agree, no points?
Yeah, no, it's a
or
draw.
1 point.
Draw. 1 point for each. So what would that be? 3-2? Because it was, 3-2.
Because we both picked the... Yes,
Yeah.
3-2.
Okay, 3-2.
Why not?
Yeah, okay. So, next song on Nevermind is Lithium.
Oh, shoot. This is going to be harder than...
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, but number 5 on 10 is Black.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a really hard one.
Through and through.
Oh, shit. Okay. This is really hard because Black is like one of my favorite songs of all time. So, Lithium, my argument for this is Colby has always said that this song is peak grunge. Colby has always said that this song is peak grunge, and I have to agree with him. That chorus is just...
Yeah.
I mean, it just sounds like it was sent down from
Yeah.
the heavens, bro. I mean, it's just so... Yeah! That was off, but...
Oh, no, it's about the message.
It's about the message.
It's about what you put behind it, right?
It is. But once again, that Lithium is so iconic. That riff is so iconic. Kurt's lyrics in this, so metaphorical as well. Just, I love Lithium, but
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be.
this is gonna be really hard.
Yeah, I
This is
tend to
gonna be
prefer
really
the live at Reading version where
Yeah.
they do it half step down. The studio, the album track or the album version is full step down.
Yep.
There's something that always just got me so amped. Christ, and that he would just do this chromatic walk down.
Mm-hmm.
Just the
Oh, it
A minor
sounds so
pentatonic,
sick.
and just like something about it. Because then, like, Kurt is just alternating between those two chords.
I just love.
I don't know what it is.
I love the riff on this.
I've always just thought it was a peak grunge song.
Yeah.
And
Like, even to me, sometimes this chorus reigns even more grunge than Smells Like Teen Spirit in some aspects.
okay.
I don't know why. It's just
All it is yeah.
this one just I don't know. It sends me over the edge sometimes. Just makes you feel something.
Well, then I like it. I'm not gonna crack.
I miss you.
I'm not gonna crack.
Dave loves those flams, bro. He loves
I
them.
love that drum fill.
Yes, dude.
But
now, go
Black.
for it.
It could be Pearl Jam's magnum opus.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
I'm getting
of a song.
I'm getting goosebumps on my arm just thinking about it, to be honest.
It's
It's a complete musical experience.
So I'm kind of at a loss for words on that because it's like it's one of their deep. Well, okay.
One of their deepest tracks. It's one of their deepest heartfelt moments, I feel like, throughout their entire discography that every single person relates to.
It's the guitar symphony.
Oh my god.
It's. I think there might be strings behind it.
There's piano in it. I know there's piano in it. And I think there are strings back there. There's just so many layers of sound happening. It's just a complete orchestra around Eddie's voice. So, yeah, no, Black just there's an orchestra of music behind it coming together into Eddie's voice, all to that climax of the song. And for me, the climax of the song isn't even until the end.
I know exactly what part you're talking
Exactly. You know exactly what part I'm talking about.
about.
Everyone knows
I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know you'll be a star.
in somebody. Just, oh my God, dude. such a, you got to argue for this one. I can't argue
Well,
for it.
I have always have such a bad way, a hard time of freaking formulating just like what I feel about a song, but like some of the best lyrics ever written.
Yeah.
So deep, so like introspective into, moving on from a past relationship. Ed's voice just pushes this thing over the top.
And then, the unplugged version as well.
Is just even more raw and I can do it. Give a grunt. Yeah, like that's how I feel about this song. And I love the guitar line from Mike on this one. And then Jeff with the background. I think it's Jeff that does it.
Yeah, I think all of them are doing background vocals on this one.
Oh, they could be. I know Jeff.
One of my favorite parts in this song is, I think it's after the first verse, is when Stone does that little riff. He does it up on like the 3rd and 5th fret. I think I'd have to show you what I'm talking about, but it's just one of my favorite riffs. I don't know why, it just carries the song along so well. But God, dude, Black is such a phenomenal song.
And Cruisin' just uses the space of the song so well.
Oh, it's so open. He opens it up so much, and I also think Jeff using the fretless bass helps do that too. But
also one of my favorite clean tones. I love that it's like a lo-fi at the start, but like they cut out all lows.
It sounds like an old vintage radio, bro. Mm-hmm. It sounds so sick.
Yeah, this is.
I'm going Black. I gotta go with Black.
Just as much as I just love Lithium and Black.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Black.
I mean, you just take into account the unplugged performance as well. Add that on top of it, man. Just song can't be beat, really.
It's over.
But yeah. So taking Black on that one. What is it?
3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. So wait, I think it was a draw. One of them was a draw. I think the last one was a draw. What, Breed and Why Go were a draw. So it'd be 2-1-2. 2-1-2. So 2-2 on the albums and then one draw in the middle. Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I don't know.
2-1-2. All right. So, the next song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Now I get what you mean.
So the next song on Nevermind is Polly.
Next song on 10 is Jeremy.
So, Polly is one of Kurt's most iconic storytelling tracks. Really, follows a very dark story. I think it was. If you guys don't know the story, so it's. I think it was in Washington. There was like this serial kidnapper, or he kidnapped a girl, and.
Might have to cut the R word.
I will. But he kidnapped this girl and was like torturing her and whatever, and she escaped, and it was in the news and stuff, and then Kurt took that as inspiration and wrote this song. So this song is kind of a look into that situation, which is a very fucked up situation. So, but Kurt put it into a song, and now people sing it. Now people sing a chorus to it. So, but
hey, just like Plush.
Yeah,
Plush was about a terrible thing as well.
Yeah. Lady Picture Show as well.
Yes.
Anyways, so
yeah, very deep message.
Very deep lyrics on here.
Yeah, lyrics and a story behind.
Very
Polly.
Visual lyrics.
Oh wait,
here.
It matches up perfectly because Jeremy is, of course, infamously about.
It's about a story as well. That's actually kind of crazy.
I didn't even realize it lined up like that.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to go into Jeremy's story.
Yeah, the Jeremy story is
again. It's like they put two
very
experiences back to back.
Very traumatic stories and experiences back to back. Well, not on purpose, obviously, but they kind of line up perfectly, which is kind of weird. But So yeah, Polly is the first acoustic song on Nevermind after the slurry of heavy electric punk influenced songs. And Polly just breaks that mold. I feel like it just kind of brings it down a level, to go back into the next songs. Kind of gives you a little intermission before you go back into chaos.
And Jeremy, I think it's again one of the most iconic songs of the '90s.
One of the most iconic bass lines, easily.
I was about to say it. The 12-string bass from old Jeffy.
Once again, using interesting combos.
Yeah, it's a really weird bass to look at. 12-string basses look really weird.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
Just like, of course, it's the 3 bass strings close together. So even if you think a 12-string looks wide, the 12-string bass looks even weirder.
That is weird. What? Actually?
Ugh. Yeah, it's like they're very close together, but just the sound is so rich from a 12-string bass, and it's
2-string bass.
Really, it's beautiful instrumental for Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot of passion from Eddie on this one.
Lots.
Rightfully one of their most iconic songs.
Yeah, and I mean this is one of the most iconic music videos as well. It was played on MTV a ton. Obviously, there's not a music video for Polly. I don't think there should be. But yeah, Jeremy's just an iconic song. It has been for so many years. But that also feeds into the fact that it's not necessarily my favorite Pearl Jam song either. Because I've heard it so many times.
Come on, Gib.
Sorry, guys. My cat just did a little shenanigans back there. So, but yeah, I feel like Jeremy is not necessarily my favorite Pearl Jam song. Polly obviously is my favorite Nirvana song, but I feel like I don't necessarily get to hear Polly as much. So every time I do, it's a little bit more impactful.
Okay.
So, that being said, I think I'm gonna go with Jeremy.
Oh, I kind of was expecting you to go the opposite. Get out of here. I was expecting you to go the opposite. Yeah, I'm gonna go Jeremy too.
Yeah, I mean it's just iconic. You can't really get past that fact. There's a reason it's iconic. It tells a not great story, but it does a great job of telling a tragic story, I'd say. And the musical performances throughout are just great. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Jeremy on this one.
Also, harmonics on a bass.
Oh, sounds so sick.
Yeah, that's so Jeremy takes the win. So 3-1-2 or
2-1-3.
2-1-3.
2-1-3. 305.
850.
I've got hope. I've got hope. Area codes, ludicrous. Song of the day. Area codes, ludicrous. Song of the day. Okay. I love how in every episode we just break out into one random song.
Yeah.
It's just the song of the day. Okay. So the next song, Nevermind, is Territorial Pissings.
Next song on Black is
On Black?
Yeah, on Black. Oh. On 10. On 10, the album 10 by Pearl Jam, 1991, is Oceans.
Okay.
Okay.
Really opposite songs here.
Yeah.
Very opposite songs here. You got Chris doing a little screaming thing in the beginning of this one.
Come on, Ryan.
What?
Let's Get Together by the Youngbloods. Easy. Try to love one another right now.
Well, anyways.
Just giving you
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
For Oceans?
Yeah, go for Oceans.
Yeah. In all honesty, not one of my absolute favorite Pearl Jam songs. I think Jeff also uses a fretless on this one, from my recollection. But I think it's a very interesting tuning they're using on this one too. Sounds very chimey.
I want to say it's just in standard.
Look it up.
Ryan, pull that up.
If Ultimate Guitar Tab.
It's got it, bud. I paid for it. Why not use it?
Dadgad. Kind of.
Wait, acoustic guitar. Yeah, it's in Dad, G flat, Ad.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
It kind of
weird.
sounds like it.
Man, they love using different tunings on this. You would think a lot of these songs are in standard, but it's just...
Well, yeah, I think literally every song on Nevermind is in a standard tuning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure.
But, yeah, using Dadgad is weird. Dad, G flat, yeah.
Ad,
G sharp, G flat, Ad, whatever. This is weird. But you're right, it does sound very chimey, and I feel like it does help the vibe of the song overall, because it's just, this is a song I wrote about my surfboard. It's about Eddie's surfboard.
You think so?
He says that on the Unplugged.
Oh.
This is a song I wrote about my surfboard. That's a good Eddie.
That is a good Eddie.
That was a pretty good Eddie.
Me and Ryan and I have been working on our Mike Campbell from
Colby does it the best, but you can.
I love Mike Campbell.
Mike
as
Campbell's
a guitar
an absolute
player
monster,
and as a person too. He seems like such a
standout guy. But him and Tom Petty sound a lot alike.
They sound very. Oh no, now I can't even do it now. Now that I'm on camera, I can't do it.
Can't do it anymore. But that being said, yeah, Oceans. I think it's a song about Eddie's surfboard.
Surfboard.
His surfboard.
Yeah, but that being said, it's not one of your favorites too either, right?
No, it's not. I like the unplugged version more, I think, than the studio version, actually. I think the unplugged version is a little bit more open to me, and the acoustic kind of just brings that chime a little extra. So, yeah. And then Eddie's voice on the unplugged is also a lot more gritty than on the album version for this one.
He was pushing.
So, yeah, he was pushing it on the unplugged. But Oceans is, once again, I feel like this one's more of an album track for a lot of people, which that's all right. But yeah,
Territorial Pissings is a barn burner.
yes, it is. God damn,
there is so much distortion. He must have had like four distortion pedals, 'cause it is the
pedals.
noisiest.
He's got the Digitech Grunge on there. He's got is it Digitech or DoD? It's a DoD Grunge. And then he's got the Boss DS1, DS2, probably. And a Tube Screamer. Let's get a Tube Screamer in there. Just,
how do you know?
I don't know.
Or you were just saying.
We're just adding on distortion.
No, I just felt like it's. I think there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, there's just a lot of noise on this one, which it's very ironic after this, like, the preceding song is Polly. So it kind of goes from that dark, like, twisted tale of Polly into Territorial Pissings, which is just a loud, as you said, barn burner. So yeah, Dave's drumming on these are all throughout. I love Dave Grohl's drumming, and that's why Nevermind is like the first album that a lot of drummers learn, is because it's just so iconic.
Yeah, especially in this generation.
Yeah.
It's,
Dave Grohl is
monumental.
A lot of people's favorite drummers, but
so yeah, I'm
going with Territorial Pissings.
I'm gonna have to give it to Territorial Pissings as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be just such a great one to see live.
Oh yeah.
Or to have seen live.
Yeah.
And it's got my vote. So.
Yep. 313.
313.
805.
850. I think
917.
literally 313 is one he said in the song too.
It probably is.
He actually did.
I mean, he's got hoes in every area code, so. Neighbor. Anyways, so the next song on Nevermind is Drain You.
The next song on 10 is Porch.
Ooh. So you got Porch, was kind of like a jam. At least live, they do a jam. Eddie climbs the stage. And then Drain You, which is also kind of another barn burner, really.
Yeah. Again, I've always kind of favored the live version of Drain You from Reading.
Yeah.
But it's got the infamous Drain You scream in it.
And then the live at what is it? It's a French.
Knowles are
Allures or something like that. When his guitar breaks, has an issue, and it just frustration. That scream is perfect. Just kills that scream.
Thank you, Pat Smear.
Thank you, Pat Smear. Shout out Pat Smear. Pat Smear, come on the podcast. What, Gibby?
Bro, get out of here.
You guys want to see my cat? I'll go get him right now.
He won't stay on the cam, dude.
No, he's running away.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get on the 10 and get out of here.
Anyways. But yeah, Drain You is another barn burner. Dave's drumming. The way that he hits is just so hard. I wouldn't be surprised if they had to replace a couple of drum heads during the recording of this album.
Yeah, I think Butch Vig loved working on this album.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If I was a producer, I would love working on this album.
Well, yeah, Butch Vig got to work with so many great drummers too.
Oh yeah. I mean, he is as a drummer
and
himself.
a drummer himself. Yeah.
For Garbage, it's just I couldn't imagine that giddy feeling of hearing that for the first time and just being like,
and or any Jimmy Chamberlain beat.
Yeah, just being like oh my god, you just get giddy.
Yeah, that's what Butch Vig was doing in like Wisconsin where they were going.
Yeah, no, they recorded Nevermind at Sound City, bro.
I was thinking of
in L.A.
I was thinking of Smashing Pumpkins.
I think it was. Yeah, it was. But yeah, Drain You is just another barn burner once again. And like you said, the live version is even more.
But that's what we are not comparing.
Yes.
Studio version.
So.
And I love the studio version.
Colby. Yours is Porch.
Yeah, I kind of like you said. It's more of a jam track, especially live.
What the fuck is this world?
Like it's I don't know. I don't really have too much to say about
a lot of awesome
Porch.
guitar parts in this one. I feel like Mike used a lot of wah, and he changes his pickup selection a lot during this.
Yes, yeah,
jam.
he does.
He loves doing that. I love that technique. I think it's so cool. Just switches the sound just a little, but it's noticeable. You could tell when he does it in the Alive solo too. He switches the pickup, I think, from neck to bridge at some point, but yeah, just changes his tone quite a bit. And Porch is just one of those tracks. It kind of, like I said, jam track almost. I think it's like 6 minutes long. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna go with Drain You.
I'm gonna have to give the nod to Drain You as well.
Yeah, just a stellar track through and through. First time saying through and through.
Mm-hmm. I hinted it earlier, but
but yeah, Drain You, getting the nod from me, getting the nod from Colby. So 4-1-3? No.
4-1-4.
4-1-2.
How?
4-1-3.
4-1-3.
Yeah, 4-1-3.
I think it's 4-1-3.
Because we've done 8 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-1-3. Okay. All right. So the next song on Nevermind is Lounge Act.
Next song on 10 is Garden.
Garden is dude, I love Garden.
Yeah.
Lounge Act has recently though become one of my favorite Nirvana songs. So this is kind of hard. I feel like Lounge Act just has some kind of energy to it. It just gets you moving, man. Oh my god. Security. That last scream, man. The last chorus scream is just my god. Kurt is just there was just something different about him, man.
Yeah, as I was listening to like some of the later tracks on this, like how many times they had to just stop recording because he just blew his voice out.
Yeah,
it just like the way he screams, especially on the end of Breed, sad. Like
you can feel. I don't know why. Like when you're listening to, you can just feel your vocal cords like,
They're drying up.
It's like, that feels like it hurts almost, and it probably did. I mean, I know he would cough blood a lot of times after shows, but it's yeah, Mr. Cobain, just a Lounge Act is no exception. Like, once again, this is just a phenomenal song. It's one of my favorites. I think that Chris' bass line in this as well is so sick. This is really a bass heavy song.
Yeah, it's kind of like Love Buzz off of their first album.
Yeah, it's very bass heavy, I'd say, and it is kind of hard.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn hard.
We tried to learn it, but like with me on bass, but I don't know. It's a little
weirdly timed. I feel like
weirdly timed, and like the finger. I feel like it's a little twisty. Like he kind of like goes back and forth across the frets, and you just gotta change your hand position a lot. It's it is difficult.
Yeah.
And so I was never able to even learn it. But
yeah, it's once again, like I said, it's becoming one of my favorite Nirvana songs just because of the energy of it. It's very easy to listen to. It goes by really fast, I feel like.
Yeah, these metal songs on Nevermind here go by are all pretty short.
And that's the thing, is this album is so easy. Both these albums are so easy to just sit down and listen to through like back to back multiple times over again. And I mean, we've done that with these albums multiple times. So
for real, there's always so many small things that you can catch on a second. Like,
there's so many.
Or every other time after listening through.
There's things that you still catch even after listening to a song 100 times. It's just, yeah. I think Lounge Act is definitely one of my favorites. But Garden, on the other hand, Colby.
It's a slower one.
It's
Oceans just before it was a little slow. Some of the other ones are more mid-tempo, but this one they really slow it down.
I think it's Mike's. His tone is very Pink Floyd-esque in this. His ode to David Gilmour is in this song, I feel like, especially with that massive bend into the solo. I love Garden. This is one of my favorite.
I love
Pearl
the
Jam
beginning,
songs.
intricate like guitar part.
Yes.
At the start.
Intricate arpeggiated guitar part is just very, very fitting for this song.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Mike's solo on this song too.
And like while I feel like the verses for this song are pretty dark, and then that chorus just expands the horizons musically. I will walk with my hands bound. Just huge choruses. That both these bands were so great at creating massive choruses. And Garden is
no exception.
I was just gonna say it's a great one. But yeah, the solo on Garden as well. One of my favorites. It's very bluesy.
Mm-hmm. That's his bread and butter, man. I feel like this album is just. I mean, these two albums are so hard to compare in a way, because a lot of the time, especially with Mike and Stone's influences being a little more operatic-esque with like their Pink Floyd and everything.
Pink Floyd.
Their songs are like a little more complex.
Yeah, there's a little bit more
arrangement and like layering. And while Nirvana's whole side was all mostly punk
and
so these songs like Nirvana mostly a lot of anthems, and of course there are some. As we'll see, there is a few
more structured songs. I feel like with more of a. I mean, all the songs are structured.
They all have
obviously,
structure.
They all have structure, obviously, but it's more. There's more musicality put behind it.
And
more landscaping put with the music, not just guitars.
More shrubs.
Yes.
More shrubs, less dirt.
Yes. There you go. Perfect way to put it. So, I think I'm gonna take Lounge Act on this one though.
Ryan, I love Garden, But I gotta join you. This gonna be bad for 10, man. I love this run of songs. Nevermind.
So 5-1-3.
5-1-3. Shout out to the 850.
So the next song on Nevermind is "Stay Away."
Next song on 10 is "Deep."
I feel like this is a good comparison too. "Stay Away" is a great song. I think "Deep" is also a great song though. So
we were just listening to it just before this, and it's bluesy.
Yeah. Eddie's got a very bluesy cadence in his voice when he's singing this one, for sure.
He don't say nothing.
Nothing. Just.
Or are you pushing on the chair?
A little bit.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
But, and then "Stay Away," once again, huge chorus. Stay away.
Oh, yeah, when it's full step.
Stay away. Stay. So good. Both these albums are so catchy the entire time. It's really like one song to the next you have stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't get it out of your head after listening to the first song. You're like, oh man, and then it just keeps going and it just keeps getting stuck in your head. Then you have a full album in your head.
These two bands are just both melodic gold mines.
Yes.
Really, I think we kind of gotta, because Kurt was like the king of
the master
of writing those melodies.
Yes.
Over the power chord. It's just it's beautiful in its simplicity.
Yes.
And just how well it's executed.
Mm-hmm.
But with Pearl Jam, it's a little more complex, as we were saying earlier.
I feel like a lot of Kurt didn't necessarily know music theory, right?
Oh no,
That's great. So
no.
I feel like just the common saying "ignorance is bliss" applies there. Because Nirvana is a band that's their music is not meant to be so complex that it's not Tool. It's not Tool.
It is not Tool.
It's even not on the level of with the composition wise of 10.
No.
Composition wise, but the approach to Kurt's writing and how he basically just uses the sound to find what he wants on the guitar. I feel like that aspect of it completely contributes to how this album sounds, and it just really makes it feel like anyone could pick up the guitar and sound like Kurt Cobain, their favorite guitar player, lead singer, or whatever. Just because he had such a simple way of going about writing.
That's a really good way of putting it, because, just like Pearl Jam songs are hard to figure out.
Yeah, they are.
While Nirvana songs, it's just like, oh, okay, that's what he's doing. All right.
Yeah, you just got to learn the strumming pattern. His switching up of strumming patterns is usually the trickiest part of Kurt's a rhythmic monster as well.
Yeah, well, and also he's had some pretty difficult riffs in the past too. But and on In Utero after. But for the most part he is
focusing a lot on power chords on Nevermind.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what makes it so sonically pleasing.
It's awesome.
It's so awesome.
It's because Chris can do all the harmonic work.
Dave can do all the power work in the backdrop. It's just, and then Kurt just lays on top of it so nicely. Man, Nevermind is 10 out of 10. But anyways, Deep.
Yeah, Deep. It's as you said, it's a bluesy song, especially from Ed.
Very bluesy.
All right, but Deep, as I was saying, as we said earlier, it's bluesy.
Yeah, very bluesy.
Lots of great guitar work from Mike Anstone here.
And I mean, a lot of Pearl Jam songs are bluesy, but just in the way that Eddie tackles his song is more bluesy, I feel like, than the rest.
Yeah, he kind of, a blues cadence to some of his.
Kind of got that drawl.
Yeah, a little bit. He's a Chicagoan, after all.
Chicagoan. But yeah, I gotta take.
I know we talked
Stay Away
we
again.
talked a
I gotta
lot.
take Stay Away again.
I don't know what it is. It's especially with, as we said earlier, about them being a little more complex. It's just Nirvana songs are so easy to remember.
Yeah,
and they just stick in your head.
But a lot of people think that a lot of Nirvana songs sound the same. That's the thing. A lot of people think that.
I mean, they use the same chords sometimes.
They do use a lot of the same chords, but I feel like just the way that randomizes it really works. So I'm going to stay away for this one.
I'm gonna have to go stay away too.
Yeah. But the next song on Nevermind is On a Plane.
So, Ryan, with this, it's going to be On a Plane is going to be going against Release.
So, well, I'll let you Release first.
I love Release.
Oh, dude.
It's one of my personal favorites off of
Yeah.
So much lyrical imagery.
Yes.
And Eddie's lyrics on this song.
There's just an atmosphere to the song for sure.
It's like the same chord.
Yeah, I think it's just a D. It's a D. And it just sounds.
But that's all you need.
It's all you need. Just droning over Eddie's voice. And it's, man.
Jeff just doing some light movement. Eddie's vocals do the work.
His vocal performance on this song specifically is kind of doesn't make the album for me, but is definitely a contributing factor to. I think it might be maybe his third best performance on the album, vocal wise. Just that last chorus, that last release is just
Release me.
Oh, so powerful, so passionate.
Oh yeah, it's I just love the guitar tone on it too. It's a nice, clean little reverb. Yeah, really. Other than that, and then it ends with the drums, as we talked about, because this is technically the last song, or it is the last song on 10. But we're doing those extended songs.
Yeah.
But On a Plane, you want to give a little bit about On a Plane?
I mean, it comes right after Stay Away, goes straight into that, and it's kind of another barn burner, I feel like. Just another powerhouse of a song. I'm on a plane. Does that a huge build up on the floor tom and the snare? It's Dave's a master of dynamics. Shows throughout on this song as well, but there's, to me, I don't think that I feel like Release takes it for me personally. Just I love that song so much. It's been one of my favorites. A little bit of a personal bias, I feel like, but
I've always had a personal bias for it too.
It's just, man, it's such a beautiful one.
It's such a tough one because I love something about On a Plane.
Yeah,
it's or it strikes me. But
oh yeah.
Release is just way too much of an experience and such a personal song for Ed. So I'm gonna go Release as well.
So 614?
614.
614. So the next song on Nevermind is Something in the Way.
All right, and with our extended, you're going to have the State of Love and Trust. There is no but State of Love and Trust.
State of Love and Trust. So Nevermind, I mean, Nevermind is really one of those albums that's just through and through. There's through and through counter tallied up, but it's just a huge album the entire way, and I feel like Something in the Way, kind of considering it technically is the last track on the album. If you Endless Nameless is kind of a hidden track, but it's this song sounds huge without doing much, you know. It's anthemic. With being an acoustic song, somehow it's anthemic.
Yeah, and
that cello in the background just adds so much to this song.
I think it's Dave doing backing vocals on it too.
Yeah. And the way that he is able to hold back on this song says so much about his ability as a drummer as well. Because it's so hard to hold back.
Oh, he had to work at it.
Exactly. I've heard about
There's no way. He had to work at
Unplugged, they had to give him special sticks because he was hitting too hard. And he still hits pretty hard on the Unplugged. But Not as hard as Dave Abruzzese on the Pearl Jam Unplugged, because he's just drumming normally on that. But yeah, I think this really shows his ability as a drummer as well, because it's very hard to lay back, especially throughout the entire album. You've been drumming in more of a punk style, very, very rough, rugged style of drumming, and then laying it back to match with that cello and the almost just, it's like a dense ambiance that Kurt's voice gives off. You really feel like you're in a small town in Washington while listening to this song. It's a very rainy, drudgy song.
Yeah, you feel like you're just wearing a hoodie and you're just like walking through,
A
coastal
foggy,
Pacific
foggy,
town.
rainy,
Yeah, it's in the morning.
mucky, just going to get a coffee or something. Just woke up.
It's okay to eat fish.
And once again, another storyteller. It's just Kurt's writing metaphorically just can't. There's nothing like it. There can't be anything like it again. But yeah, going up against State of Love and Trust.
Well, this is the thing. State of Love and Trust is one of Ryan's favorite
It
Pearl
is one
Jam
of my favorite
songs.
Pearl Jam songs.
Yeah, these songs are legit complete opposite ends of the
musical spectrum.
Yes. Something in a way is so reserved and relaxed in a way, while State of Love and Trust is like somebody's pushing you in the back the entire time.
It's literally like State of Love and Trust, you feel like you're in a mosh, and Something in the Way, you feel like you're sitting in a cafe in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because these two bands, their styles are totally opposite most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, Nirvana's style is fast and loud, and Something in the Way is totally opposite Pearl Jam style. This song is bluesy, but Pearl Jam style is very, this is Pearl Jam. This is Pearl Jam for sure. State of Love and Trust is very Pearl Jam. Very early Pearl Jam to me. I feel like, a lot, well, I'll just let you talk a little bit more about it, but.
Yeah, State of Love and Trust, it's a little dissonant.
Yeah.
And it's I always like using the word barn burner because there's just gets everybody rowdy.
That last solo, man, Mike just popping off on that last solo, and I love that little melody part during probably the bridge section. They do a little breakdown with the melody. It's just so creative. It fills the space so well, I feel like. But yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go State of Love and Trust on this one. I love that. It's one of my favorite riffs of all time, too.
Yeah.
So simple, but it's so rhythmic, so groovy. Stone is such a groovy guitar player.
I'm going to go Something in the Way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've always thought that State of Love and Trust is just a really good song.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Something in the Way is just something different about it.
Yeah.
And
it does make you feel.
It's a very impactful song.
Yeah.
And it's in the Batman.
It is in the
That's
Batman.
where I got big from again.
Yeah.
So yeah, Something in the Way for me.
I respect it.
So
that's another draw. So
6-1-4.
6-2-4.
6-2-4, yeah.
6-2-4. But the next song on Nevermind is Endless Nameless, the last song, the hidden track.
And then the last song that we decided to pick for
10 era
is Yellow Ledbetter.
I thought we were doing Breath and a Scream.
Oh, Breath. Sorry.
Breath. It's Breath. We're not doing Ledbetter.
Not doing Yellow Ledbetter.
But we're doing Breath. Because that was on the Mookie Blaylock demo and everything. So it could have been on 10, but they didn't include it. I think the same with Yellow Ledbetter. But yeah. So Endless Nameless is mostly a jam. A lot of it. It's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, about like the last 35 seconds is Dave just doing a slight alteration of a fill.
Yeah.
And it's quintessential Nirvana.
Yeah, it's just this is the part where they smash their guitars and run into the drum kits.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. it's this moment right here on the album. Just the ender. And we have it on our phones now, but back in the day, you'd be listening to that on a cassette or vinyl and be like, "Oh, album's over," and just silence, and then it just kicks in. You're like, "Oh shit." There's more, but yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like it's not a lot of people's most well-known Nirvana song for sure.
No, it's just not. It's not really set up.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I think it really must have just been a jam, and then they just kept it going. And I thought it was the perfect way to just be like a
fuck you.
There you go.
The album.
Yeah, there's the album.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And I love it. It's very punk. Ends the album all punk.
Yeah, they're noise rock.
Yeah, noise rock.
But if we're putting it up against Breath,
I mean, Scream, man.
Breath, it's one of my favorite slight deep cuts by Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
And we're not even gonna take along for this. It's Breath.
It's Breath.
I'm taking
Breath. The demo version of Breath, that solo is just...
It's better.
Oh, it's so much better. If you've never listened to the demo version, go listen to that.
On the 10 Redux.
It's just phenomenal. But yeah, that's just... Breath is one of those songs, it's like, you turn it on and you just have to listen to it. I feel like Endless Nameless could get a skip quite often. But Breath is like, this is staying on.
He's so gone. A breath and a scream. Well, Ryan, you know what that makes it end up as? 626.
No, 625.
Oh, it does. Okay, I don't know.
That'd be 13. 625. So it was actually pretty close in the end there. 625, pretty close in the end. But Nevermind wins. Deservingly, I'd say. It's just through and through a phenomenal album. Through and through. That's 3.
4.
No, that was to say as
4.
the counter. All right. It's a great album. It's a great album. Obviously, both these albums are iconic. We chose them for that reason because this was kind of a hard one. Obviously, it was close.
Half the time, I don't even know what I'm going to say, so I just have to
go along with it. We just roll with it. But yeah, guys, let us know if you liked this video. We love doing these album verses. Let us know which ones you would want to see next. Because these are super fun to do. We get to listen to the albums beforehand and then just kind of dive into them. Do a little analysis for you guys. And that shit's so fun. So if you guys want more of that, let us know. Let us know what albums we should do next. Make sure you can comment, like, and subscribe. We just hit 300 subs. Shout out to you guys for that. On the way to 500. That's sick. So yeah. Colby, got anything else you want to add?
I ain't got anything.
All right. So Nevermind wins this episode. We'll see you guys at the next one. I'm Ryan.
I'm Colby.
This has been the Puddle of Grunge podcast. Peace out, guys.
Peace.